Hi,
Hey,
I'm Julia,
and I'm Amanda,
and this is Much Needed Advice.
a podcast for people who want to know what to do. We have a question from Ari.
Oh, hey, Ari.
Hey, Ari. Dear M&A, I'm having a rough adulting week. I showed up to a bar the other day without my ID. Is this me? I accidentally threw away my jury summons. And then I started my period at work and didn't have a tampon. I'm almost 30 and don't feel like I'll ever get my shit together. What do I do? Well, we're over 30 and we can relate. This isn't something that I think the myth is that adulting is something that you just grow into, that with emotional maturity comes a proficiency with life admin. And the reality is that's just not true. There's boring stuff that you have to learn how to do. And the only way is to tackle it head on and create some automations in your life and some habits that'll help your future self not get into these situations.
Agreed. And I don't think it's just that some people just inherently have their shit together and others don't. It's just about creating systems and ways to deal with all of the million things that we all have to keep track of in a day. It's not like you're missing something other people have.
Believe it or not, everyone goes through this, and it's kind of like taking a driving course and learning how to be a defensive driver. It's about preparing for things to go wrong, for your brain to be off one day, for you to be busy one day and rushing around, for everything to go wrong. You can have systems in place that'll catch you and get you back on track.
And I think this stuff should be taught, but it isn't.
It should be taught.
Like, we all are just stumbling through life, figuring these things out as we go.
I think a lot of people just learn from whatever they saw their parents demonstrate, maybe.
Yeah.
And that's not helpful necessarily.
And a lot of us don't live the same lifestyle that our parents did.
Exactly.
Like, we live in a big city, which comes with all its own parking signs and tickets and all kinds of things that are more complicated than growing up in the suburbs.
And all parents don't live in the city. They all live in the suburbs.
Every single parent lives
Parents live in the suburbs. Kids live in the cities. No, but it's also like there are new automations and hacks every day.
True.
To take advantage of. And that should tell you how many people are experiencing what you're experiencing, Ari.
Definitely. So for me, what's helped is just preparing for bad days, busy days, being sick, getting my period unexpectedly, basically just setting up my future self for success instead of expecting myself to be perfect and at 100% every day so that anything that comes up, I can handle it gracefully without any preparation. That's just unreasonable. It's an unreasonable expectation.
Yeah, basically we're asking you to lower the bar.
Also, everybody makes mistakes. Everybody forgets stuff sometimes. Don't beat yourself up. The more you ruminate on it, the worse it will be. Just remember, nobody's perfect. You don't have to be perfect, and it's okay to make a mistake. The key is moving on as quickly as possible.
Yeah. What's our first life hack?
This is a life hack I really like, and it's get doubles of everything.
Should we call it double up?
Double up?
Let's call it double up.
All right.
If it's not catchy,
True.
why say it?
That's what we always say. Double up. So our first life hack is double up. Get multiples of things that you use all the time, things that you move around all the time, whether it's having a toothbrush at home and a toothbrush at your boyfriend's place, splitting, if you take medication, splitting it up into different bottles and pill cases and keeping one at work, one at home, one in your car, one in your purse. I always have claw clips, bobby pins, hair ties stashed everywhere because there's no shortage of times you need those things.
Yeah, I hide them from even myself. I stick chapsticks, phone chargers, dollar bills, like everywhere I can. In my bedroom drawer, in my kitchen drawer, in my purse, in my work purse, in my fanny pack.
And this is semi-related, but it brings us to emergency kits, which are basically creating little pouches that have Advil, a tampon, a hair tie, deodorant, face wipes, like all the things that you may need. You can
A protein bar if you tend to get low blood sugar like me.
Yeah, that's a really good one.
Advil if you're over 30.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like double up, but make a whole kit out of it, right? And stash it in the different places where you might be. So if it's your car, your boyfriend's house, your parents' house, it could even be a travel drawer that you have in your home where you have certain things that are doubles of what you already live with every day. So when you know you're going to travel, all you have to do is to go to your travel drawer and put all of those things right into your suitcase. So you don't have to even think about it.
That's a major key. When I used to travel a lot, when I would go on tour, I had just a travel kit of everything. My deodorant, shampoo, conditioner, sunscreen, face wash, like everything was in there. And I never unpacked it. It went from the drawer into my suitcase and from the suitcase into the drawer. Because if I then tried to unpack it or like dug in there for something, then I would take something out and inevitably not put it back. And then I would travel and not have my thing.
Yeah.
So just having a designated travel case has saved me so much time with packing.
Also put it in your carry-on, not in, well, if you can get to the point where you're only taking a carry-on every time you travel, we'll give you 5 stars for that. That's it. That's the ultimate life hack as well. Learning how to pack efficiently. We should do a whole episode on that.
I haven't checked a bag in years.
In consulting, they make fun of you if you check a bag or if your suitcase looks too bulky.
Okay.
Means you're not a true roadie.
Oh, I want to throw one more on here that I forgot to mention. Scissors.
That's not what I was expecting.
Scissors are not necessarily something you need to keep at, in all different locations or that leave the house with you, but scissors tend to leave their drawer and not always get put back.
Well, because things move themselves when we're not around, obviously.
Yeah, they're not being moved by me, obviously.
No. They're moved by the shells.
Yeah. We had one pair of scissors in the house and okay, fine. It was me. I moved the scissors and then I don't put them back or they get hidden under a stack of paper. And then
But even that, it wasn't you. It was your past self. And sometimes our past selves can be a bitch.
Yeah. Sometimes you're in a hurry and you had to like cut up a label and slap it on a package and run to the post office before it closed. So you didn't put the scissors back. But anyway, I just bought a 2-pack of scissors. So now we have 3 pairs of scissors at our house and it's changed the game.
Do you have any suggestions for creating all these kits? Because this in and of itself sounds boring. Ari, I'm sorry, you're probably already bored by this conversation.
It is a boring conversation, but you can make a friend date out of it. You and your bestie can go to Target on a Sunday and just put together these little emergency kits.
You could even stop at the Starbucks inside the Target first and calf up. Julie and I have learned to do all boring things just together.
It makes it so much better. It really does. And just you and your friend, you'll feel so proud of yourselves because you are setting up future you for success.
Yeah, it's a great Sunday activity.
Yeah.
Our third life hack is a secure photo folder on your phone. Julia, why do our listeners need this?
And this isn't the kind of secure photo folder you're thinking of. This isn't where you're stashing all your dick pics.
Or your nudies.
Yeah.
By the way, hack for nudes, watermark that shit.
Oh, with the person's name?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. That's a move.
That could be part of our long distance dating episode.
Yeah, that's a good hack.
Anyway,
Yeah, the important info folder on your phone. That is where anytime you get an important piece of mail, card, jury summons, for example, maybe your car registration, your health insurance card, immediately take a picture of it and save it in this folder on your phone. Because keeping track of that piece of paper is annoying and unnecessary. My eye doctor still gives me paper prescriptions. So I immediately just take a picture of it and save it there on my phone. So when I'm somewhere and I see cute glasses I want to buy, I can just pull up my prescription. Like your jury duty summons, I've lost that. It's so annoying because they give you a special PIN number and you can't get it any other way if you throw away the paper. Which, first of all,
sounds like
it's like jury duty's bad enough.
Yeah.
Now you're tricking me. But anyway.
It's like taxes.
Yeah. This will also help you declutter and feel like you don't have to hang on to so many papers.
You can't lose a piece of paper you don't have. My goal is to always have no folders, no filing cabinets, because I have no paper, because nothing's on paper. And you rarely need a physical copy of anything, other than like your birth certificate, your passport, and your ID. You don't even need physical copies of your credit cards anymore. So take advantage of that.
And then it just makes it way less stressful when things come up where suddenly you need your license plate number. That's a good one. Take a picture of your license plate because it's really annoying when you need it. And then you have to go find your car.
My insurance card, like as soon as I sign up for health insurance, I take a picture of that shit. That's really come in handy.
Definitely. Also, chances are you're going to have to send that to somebody. Anytime I make an appointment with any kind of health provider, they're like, okay, we need a copy of your insurance card. And you already have it on your phone. Boom.
And even with the ID, and I know that Ari forgot her ID, and that's a tough one for me too. And all girls who don't carry a purse or the same purse every day. Honestly, a photo has saved me in that instance too. Sometimes places that need an ID are fine with looking at a photo on your phone. But it is good to have the physical ID on you, in which case, wallet, phone case.
Totally.
It's the only way.
Even if the only thing you use it for is your ID.
Yep.
And we know people lose their phones too.
But
somehow you lose them
rarely.
less.
Yeah. Losing your phone, that's really hard to do. Unless you're just never on your phone, ever.
True. Because how often are you interacting with your ID? Like once a week, once every 2 weeks?
Literally never.
Versus like your phone is like every 2 seconds. So if you don't have it,
Yeah. Like for those who are worried that having photos of all of this information on your phone might be a security risk, what would you say to that?
Your phone should be password protected anyway, just to open your phone. But I believe on iPhone, you can also add another layer of protection and password protect certain albums in your photos. So you can lock it up as much as you want. I mean, it's more secure than just having them in your wallet.
Phones are also very locked down. I mean, if someone steals your phone and they don't know the password, they're not getting in there. No matter what. Like the phone will self-destruct before it lets someone in there who doesn't know the password.
True.
It's pretty incredible. What I also use this method for is receipts. So in corporate, I have expenses all the time. Julia has expenses. Being an entrepreneur, obviously, it's very important to keep track of these things. So, but again, I'm never going to keep track of a single piece of paper. So yes, I ask stores, restaurants for a receipt, and all I do is I take a picture of it and I just leave the receipt on the table and I don't even take it with me.
Perfect. Even if you buy something that you're not sure about, you might want to return it. Just take a picture of the receipt because they can look up the order number if you do decide to return it and you lost the receipt.
There you go.
Cool. All right. The next category is car stuff.
It's a whole category about cars.
Yeah, because cars are a lot to keep track of, a lot to maintain, and cars are a lot.
Cars also move when you're not looking. Sometimes they park themselves in a different part of the parking structure than where you parked it.
Totally. I have lost my car in big parking structures. It's not fun. I hate it.
How long have you spent looking for your car?
I think like a good 30 minutes. When you're in a big parking structure, you're usually in a mall or something. And when you're done with the mall, you're done. And
You hit a wall at the mall.
Yeah, you do. And then you can't find your car. Like you cannot go home. Terrible.
It's almost like you have to go back into the mall just to like get another Mrs. Fields cookie, just to like get the energy and the will to live again to find your car.
Right. So I've developed a parking structure strategy, which helps you not lose your car. So one is when you pull into a parking structure, if you can, park with an eye shot of the elevator. If you can't, if there's not parking that you can see from the elevator, then wherever you park, take a picture of the sign closest to you. So you know you're at P5 or whatever, because our phone is our second brain, clearly. Also, when you get your parking ticket, when you pull into the structure, have like one pocket of your bag that always goes into, and just do it. You do it a few times and then it becomes a habit where you just always put it in the same place, because losing your parking ticket also sucks. And then you have to pay like $50.
Here in the big city.
Cars are hard. The last part of this really boring car parking strategy is when you do get out of the escalator or the elevator or whatever into, like if you're in a mall, the first store you see, you go, okay, H&M, that's the elevator I took. Because at these big places, there's like 8 elevators. And then if you get in the wrong one, you're screwed.
And like you said, take a photo of it, the H&M.
So that's parking in a big city.
Boring today.
Successful tomorrow.
Exactly.
Actually, a friend of mine and I had brunch recently, and she was so impressed. And she's like very type A, very organized, does not have ADHD. Like we got down in the elevator and I pulled my parking ticket out immediately and my car was right there. And she had to like honk her horn a bunch of times and couldn't find her parking ticket. And she's like, wow, you're so organized. I'm like, no, this is a system that I have built. This is my religion.
Yeah. It's almost like when it's harder for your brain, then you have to become even better at managing these kinds of things and impress your normie friends.
Right. Exactly. It's like, because I had to do this, I'm now better than you.
Mm-hmm.
Just kidding. Okay. And then the last car thing is get a little trash can for your car, and not one of those tiny ones that fits literally nothing. And then if you have a gas car, every time you get gas, you just empty the trash can. So now you have a little system and you don't have receipts and shit all over your car.
Yeah. I used to just stuff trash in the side panel of my car. And that's not a good look. The last life hack we have, pre-schedule. And what I mean is pre-schedule everything you do regularly and automate payments to remove any decision making from the process. So, for example, there are 2 categories of things you can pre-schedule. There are things where you don't even need to be present or involved, and there are things where you do. Passive admin and active admin. So in the passive admin category, this is what we would recommend. Number 1, schedule a biweekly grocery delivery. So I use Amazon. You pretty much need the same groceries every couple of weeks. So there's a list of at least all of the basics that just gets delivered to my door. The card gets charged. I have to do nothing. And I set it to be delivered on a day where my work is a set schedule. So like I know when I'm going to be home. And so I have it delivered like right in that window where I'm usually coming home. The next thing I have automated under the passive admin category is dry cleaning delivery. So again, I know that Thursday mornings I'm going to be working from home. I'm going to be at my desk. So every Thursday I have my dry cleaning place come to my apartment and they do an exchange with me. They drop off my old dry cleaning, pick up my new dry cleaning.
That rocks.
Otherwise I'd never have work clothes. And third, I schedule my housekeeper. Again, I do it on a day when I know I'm going to be at work and she can just find the key in the lockbox, let herself in, let herself out, and it doesn't require anything from me. And then there's the active admin category. Things you can pre-schedule and automate payments for, but you do actually have to be there yourself. This can include therapy, your favorite workout class, dog grooming, your wax appointment, your massage appointment. All of these things just pre-schedule for the rest of the year. Get them on your work calendar. Have one calendar and color code it. I put all of my personal things in green on my work calendar. And if you forget your wallet, it doesn't matter. They already have a tab for you.
Oh, it's great to be able to have a tab places.
You're not going to schedule anything over it because it's already on your calendar in advance.
And even if there's a conflict, like that's fine, you can cancel. But chances are you're going to keep the appointment more often than not. But if you don't pre-schedule it, it's going to slip your mind over and over again that, oh, I need to book this.
And you're always going to feel behind. You're always going to feel like behind and in a rush to schedule something and being reactive.
And with therapy, that's a great example because going regularly is like the key to good therapy, not just going like waiting till you spiral again and then
right,
setting a therapy appointment. But a workout class is a great one if you have like a favorite Tuesday yoga class that also removes the decision making. Now you don't have to decide I'm going to work out today. It's just something you automatically do on Tuesdays. And that just takes away the need for more brain power for more things.
Yeah, these are all things that we hate to do when we're feeling good or when we're doing fine. Like none of these things ever feel urgent. And so they're very likely to slip off the radar if you don't get them on the calendar in advance.
And the pacing is up to you. All of these things don't have to be weekly. If maybe you get a massage every other month, or maybe your dog gets groomed, every 12 weeks. Just book them out in advance and then you don't have to think about it. Should I do a recap?
Please.
Okay, so these are our favorite life hacks that make us feel like we have our shit together. 1 is double up. 2 is create emergency kits. 3, have your important documents and photos folder on your phone where you just automatically put those things in there. 4 is have your parking structure strategy and your car trash can strategy. Basically, create a system for your car to keep it in order and to not lose it. And 5 is to pre-schedule everything you do regularly and automate payments when you can. And those are both passive admin things like grocery delivery and dry cleaning delivery, and active admin things like workout classes, therapy, massages, etc. So we hope this is helpful, Ari. We hope you and a friend can set up a Target emergency kit day. And we know you can do it. We know you can get your shit together. It's just about a little bit of preparation.
And I hope you get out of jury duty.
Me too.
Good luck.
Guess what time it is?
Time for Recs of the Week?
Time for Recs of the Week.
Oh, hell yeah.
So these are going to be related to our life hack advice.
My recommendation this week is a phone wallet case. So this is what I would recommend to help Ari out with her missing ID issue. And it's something you can easily order on Amazon, you know us. It's called the Vina V-Commute wallet case, compatible with Apple iPhone 14 Pro. But they have them for every iPhone size and type. But it's basically a wallet case. And what I like about this one is it's still really thin. So it doesn't feel like you're carrying around this big bulky case. It keeps the cards really secure. I've had multiple wallet cases where the cards just fall out because the spring or whatever is in there gets loose. I've also had the magnetized wallet phone cases before, and they just pop off your phone because it's just a magnet. So this is just really secure. It keeps all of your cards in there. I've never had any of them fall out. And it's also just a good phone case in general. It's black. It's simple. It gets the job done.
Great rec.
Thanks.
Mine is one of the things we mentioned earlier, which is the car trash can. And I know it sounds boring, but me being me, I looked at all the different options before settling on this one. And it's called car trash can with lid. I'm going to link it from Amazon. And I feel like it's a good size because you can fit, a couple of your Starbucks cups, your Egg Bites wrappers, some receipts, whatever you accumulate in your car between the times you get it washed or get gas. So it's not like you got a tiny, tiny trash can that you now have to empty every 5 minutes because that defeats the purpose. So, yeah, this has been a game changer for me because now it's really easy to make my car look clean.
Yes. Organization without the effort.
We hope you like these recs.
And
we'll see you next week.
Happy adulting.
Bye.
Bye. So that's what we think you should do. What do you think? Rate, review, and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
Do you need advice? DM us on Instagram at much.needed.advice or email us at muchneededadvicepod@gmail.com. Bye. How do we become one voice?